that time we were down there, and I got the coffee spilled on me when I got nailed by the punt returner?
That happened to the Vikings, right?
Yes, a much better job of being heads up this time. Thank you for the notice.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1/4 of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Right to the air, here is Goff. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Josie Jewell.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation, and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
It was really sudden after the first play picked off. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the draw, here's Williams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. To throw is Wilson.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Maher is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Here's Fry now to send this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
The intended receiver, Josh Reynolds. That'll bring up second down. Now it's gone. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Again, Goff.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Play action. It's Goff. And he's got his big tight end here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. First carry now for David Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Goff.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, Goff. And the Broncos get there and take him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Wilson.
This will be caught. Judy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A give to Williams, running right, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now Wilson. Now he'll escape to his right. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At the 34.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Here's Smith to return it. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10
right at the 30.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 8.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Wilson. Buying time to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now off to the races down the right side. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff over the middle, and it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Goff. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will tie us at 3-3.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 1st down, Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
To throw again is Wilson. Flushed out right. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10.
Here's Wilson.
On the slant, completes to Sutton.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here.
After the interception, here's Goff. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Out of the gun, Goff. Jones has it, and he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the 50, it's Goff. He'll find Jones again, complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Goff on first down.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Goff now to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And that's a touchdown, but hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party.
Still 2nd down.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've always got to remember that once the ball's in the air, the defender has every right to go after it that a receiver does. And that was a battle for positioning on that play. And in the end, he's able to force the incomplete pass.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down.
And he wants Reynolds way downfield.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring, but the teams are ready to go at half number 2. So to bring it your way, let's get right back out to Brandon God.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
So first and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos
At their own 24.
Here's Williams to start the drive.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Second and 10.
Here's Wilson to throw. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's taken down right away at the 39-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 2.
Now it's Wilson.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
From the gun, here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. There's Goff.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 3.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And St. Brown going to have the Lions 1st down as the tackle made down at the 33. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
From the red zone now, Goff. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important 3rd down.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Riley Patterson on. A lot of pressure on this kick.
This to break our 4th quarter tie.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. We still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a 2nd field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10
at their own 27. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
And the defense says they have it. They do. One play into the ball game, an early turnover. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Short throw caught by Dulcich. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now Wilson on first down. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Wilson will throw again. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now a 2nd and 2. To throw is Wilson. He completes this to Sutton. And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as he's down to the 12. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Wilson.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. Now Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Marr able to put this one through. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. This is where, of course, it's good to have a veteran quarterback under center.
You would just be able to put on one of those blood pressure clips, and nothing would be different for him. He's done it many times before, expects to get it accomplished again.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Looking downfield for Jones.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Goff. Able to and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And that's caught by Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Wilson to throw. Able to get this to Patrick. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to this one get an extra period to get settled?